Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Con. Welcome back to iRacing and IndyCar Fix series. As last time out, we had a very victorious outing round Indy. Well, I did try that race a few more times afterwards. Bit of a mixed bag, as you would expect, with how flat out you can run round there, with the skill level still gap perhaps being a bit less, where it's needed round there. And we did finished fourth in our final race, but we did get taken out the first lap, or on the second lap I believe, in the second race, and then got taken out near the end in the third race. So a mixed bag. We're not high up in the championship either, so we're looking to do much better around the New Hampshire oval, just over a mile long. Used to host Indy cars a few times. I think the last time was actually back in 2007, an infamous race, because we went under caution. Then it went green when it was raining. Never do that on an oval. And so it quickly became cautioned, and there's the infamous picture of Will Power showing the officials what he thought of that final restart. But as you can see, we qualified in fifth. I don't expect to go well round here. I think the last time I raced round here was actually in the old IR-05 car. I don't think I ever raced around in the DW12 car. I just avoided this track. I didn't think it was ever that good. But with the IR-18 being a bit more to my liking, I thought I'd give it a go. With every oval this season. And top 5 in qualifying is good. It's better than I expected, but it was not a very good lap. I really could have got second on the grid. I was matching the normal car in practice. And I've only done really 10 laps of practice before this race. I got a good rhythm. I did practice early in the week as well. I was awful. I think the car was actually a bit better to drive as well then. I'm not sure if it just changed how well I've driven, but you've seen on a qualifying lap, I didn't really improve. So let's see what we can do then. In this race, where I expect to prove by at least a 10th at least between on the second qualifying that, but I didn't at all. So Guy Barnett's got a very fast start. You see, he's trying to make moves early on. Well, we're just trying to get into a rhythm, I think. As we've got 80 laps here, a long race. I know the laps aren't that long. But I expect tyre wear will be an issue here, so we're just going to try and set on a rhythm here. Just perhaps stay in the toe of the top drivers. As you've got a small field here as well, split it in two. Let's see, with a number 8 car, just a 15-person field. I think there's only 31 drivers who signed up, so I think we're in the top split. Actually, no, we're probably in the second split with my iRacing. I-rating, should I say. That's all. The leader's getting away, and it's getting a bit feisty for second. Well, we want to stay back with this. It's always helpful when people are beacon as well. Now, when I tried this car, when it first kind of swapped weeks, I found this car very difficult to drive around. They get into a consistent rhythm. I was spinning all the time. But now I've got back to it now, in the last half hour, basically, and finding the car much better to drive. I don't understand it, as unfortunately that was always going to happen in it, like it's much easier to drive. Like, it goes through the corners much smoother. I'm not sure if I just totally adapted and changed my driving from earlier in the week, but I don't understand the difference. I'm not sure if they've changed the car either. It's just weird, the difference, and how smoother and easier it is to drive this car. As I don't think we pit yet. I imagine fuel goes to 50 laps under green normally, so we might be able to eke it out to like 55 laps now, but way too early to pit. Track position will be key around here. As you've already seen, it's a bit more difficult to pass around here than in Indy. But then it's like guys lower down the field are pitting. And I just realised we've got the number 15 car in front of us and the 15 car field. But as I said, I think we're in bottom split out of the two. Even though the number 4 car I've seen before race, he's very quick. So that's what suggests me maybe we're in top split by accident, but I don't know. We are Division 5, that is quite high up. But as I say, it's decided by iRacing, I believe, split, so iRacing is abysmal. Like my road racing, I used to race road quite a lot in my previous life on iRacing. But even then, that's still around 1600. That's not very good at all. On an oval, it's still around 1300, despite a season of racing. As I said, we've had races that go up and down. We didn't have the best season overall last season. I know I finished top 10 or just outside the top 10 in our division, but we're a low division. Just didn't race enough. So I don't know, I might race this again. As I'm racing this Saturday night, we've got a couple of days left. So I might race this again if I find, you know, I like the racing round here, basically. I expect it to be a bit like Iowa or Milwaukee Miles, perhaps actually the best kind of comparison, where it's you can get runs on people, but making the pass stick, that's going to be difficult. You'll need someone to be slightly off the line, I think, to make the move. Now it's the fast charger, hard charger at the start, he's gone. So it'd be interesting. You saw in that just brief snapshot, there's a split in the field in it. So it seems like us top 5 guys are perhaps slightly quicker than the guys below us. But then the number 7 guys also in our division, like high up in the top 10. So I expect he's maybe saving pace. Like I expect him to get stronger. Then I think he is top 10 because he's just driven a ridiculous amount of races. Like I've only driven,
One lap to green.
I don't think we've hit double figures yet. I think he's driven around 80 odd. So he's very experienced in these cars. So I suspect that maybe he's, you know, just saving pace. As I said, I think tyre wear could become an issue around it. Like after a few laps, it just dropped off, the tyre wear. I've just noticed I've been speaking all the way through this caution now, so I apologise for the break and skip. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how this race kind of pans out. As we've got 70 laps to go. Let's see if we can get a good restart.
Get ready, going green.
Hopefully out of the corner when we're making the restart, and it looks like we are. But no one car went pretty early at the start.
Car is in. Green flag. You're back in fifth.
God, they've got to jump. I had to wait until the start-finish line. And it's like third made a mistake. It's been leapfrog. God, don't scare me like that car behind, because I was trying to make the move on a guy who seems to be damaged, maybe, from that previous incident. And yeah, we've already got a 1.5 second gap. I can see already a second gap in front. But now we're just going to build into that rhythm again. Top 2 away. As I said, I think we may be able to match them ultimately, but consistency-wise, I'm probably nowhere near. So our battle's mainly for third, I believe, so let's just try and get onto the back of them. Even though they've got very good pace. And let's just build the gap on the cars behind. 2.5 seconds at the moment. That traffic could become an issue as well. He's gone very wide. And we are gaining. This is good. This is a good rhythm we're in. Hopefully we're not using the tyres too much though. So you are trying to short shift this up to 5th out the corners. Let's see how that guy's pitted. He's obviously damaged after that clash. Trying to eliminate that wheel spin out the corners, and it's working well. We are getting nicer. We're actually matching the leaders, surprisingly. Bit too tight there. Don't want to go down that low. There's bumps down there as well. That can unsettle the car, if I've discovered earlier in the week. This is why we're all kind of running a higher line as well. It seems to be smoother, a bit more kinder to the car. Guy behind running good lap times. You can see there's already a massive gap over 5 seconds to the rest. So if we stay green for a long time, I don't know about lapped cars as that's second. Oh no. Commentator's cursor just as we got into a rhythm. I don't know what happened there. Did he try and make a move or just lose it? I have to look on the replay. And maybe that's why he's racing with the likes of me. He's very quick, but maybe mistakes happens. Don't know, that's very surprising. As that guy's come out the pits as well. He was having issues earlier. Thought it was going to be a long green flag run. So now, do we pit then? So we're a quarter of the way through the race. I think we just follow what the guys in front do. I also get new tyres as well.
Pit road is now open.
I think it is worth pitting, but then again we could get stuck in traffic. And as you've seen from the guys behind, a bit slower maybe. I want to stay maybe with this group as... Oh, number 7 car's pitted. So below the top 5 have pitted, I think. Have we made a mistake then? I think we're all gambling on there being another yellow. That's top 4. Or top 5, I guess that is now. We'll see how it plays out. Don't have to be too worried now. Again, if there's another caution, could be close to stretching this thing to the end, but we'll see. So we are going back to green then. So 9 guys on the lead lap. Bottom 4 of them have pitted now. 4th behind me pitted, so he's down in 9th.
Get ready, going green.
We've got 59 laps to go, 58. First, let's see if we can get a good restart. And then settle into a rhythm. Oh, yes, we do. That was very nice. So we've almost got a second gap behind. Still worry about the lap got. Seems to be giving seconders some issues, so the leader's getting away. So we go, that's hurdle taken care of. Now let's try and catch back up to second. I think that's our battle. Like the leader's probably not too quick, but just too consistent for us. As that guy's already up to 4th, who have pitted. That's not good news. Be interested to see their lap times on fresher tyres, remember. Just seems to be matching us. I'll take that. He's just matching us on 20-year-old year-old tyres. 20 laps. Fresher tyres, shall we say? There we go. That's decent for us. There's fuel remaining. But of course that's not correct. I can see it's going down by more than that, every lap. Almost let the revs drop 2 though there. Guy behind's gaining. The leader's getting away. So the question is, do we want to speed up and try and get past the guy in front? Or do we just continue sitting here? Because we are gaining. Well, there's our answer. We get the green, get your caution to us, so. Now do we pit? You saw the amount of fuel left. It could be touch and go now with this caution. I'll just have to see what the top 2 do. I might be tempted just to pit anyway. Because then we definitely know we're going to make it to the end. And maybe the guys behind have to pit. Just to see what the top 2 do. I'm guessing they are pitting.
Road is now open.
Now it is time to pit. Make sure we've got everything set. Go behind's pitting as well, so yeah, everyone had to pit then. Or not. Staying out. Now where's my guy? I'm not exactly sure where they are. Hey fellas, where are you? Can't really see either. Oh, there they are. Go, go, go. Everyone else stays out. Did they?
All clear. Punch it. Line up single file.
Oh, we jumped second. Did they have damage then from earlier? So that's what happened. Because he's fallen behind the number 6 car as well. So it looks like we've rejoined in the top 5. No, in 4th it looks like. Very happy with that then. And we can go to the end on these tyres. We've virtually split the race in half. With this amount of fuel as well. So let's see what we can do with it then. So we are, and second just pitted. Very surprising. So the guy in the lead, remember, pitted earlier. And then we've got the number 1 car who's a bit better than us. And we've got a new guy behind us. Let's see what happens.
Ready, showing green.
As we've got 44 laps remaining. So we virtually have split that race in half. That caution came out at a perfect time for us.
Green flag, green flag.
We've got a good restart. It's like 5th and Noah got caught out slightly. Just trying to find our rhythm again. So not pushing especially hard as the top 2 are battling as well.
Next car, the leader.
And it looks like we've warded off 4th at least for the time being. Now we can concentrate on catching back up to the top 2. And looks like 5th is back in the rhythm as well. Unfortunately, we weren't close enough to take advantage of number 7 car battling, but he is going a bit wide there. And they're battling behind for 4th as well. So we're where we want to be, I think, this race. As we're at the halfway mark.
Okay, we're halfway through the finish.
Maybe lifting a bit too much in the middle of the corner. No, I drove it in way too deep into that corner. We lost a couple of tenths. There's a side-by-side behind. That's better. That's how you do it. Oh, 5th down.
Yellow flag is out. Line up, single file. Pit road is closed. Back to the 7th car.
And so another caution comes out. Bit thankful for that. We were struggling there getting in the rhythm. So at least the restart offers hope then that maybe we could jump the 7 car then. You never know, could hassle the leader. So unfortunately the number 7 car pitted immediately, so we're back with our buddies at the front then. Number 1 and number 15 car. Number 5 as well, up to 4th. So I'm guessing guys further down pitted. There's only 7 guys on the lead lap, which I was shocked to see. I thought with a bit smaller field, I know this circuit's a bit more busy,
The pace car.
driver input wise.
Green flag, green flag. Okay, you're in 2nd. The next car's the leader.
But I thought we all keep it on the asphalt quite a lot, but obviously not. He's got a decent restart, but so did 3rd behind. We're not really with the leader, unfortunately. 4th has dropped back slightly. Then there's a gap. Here comes third. Turning too tight. Turning way too much. Got to let the car breathe a bit more. Steer with the throttle. So I'm closing off the radius of the corner a bit too early. So I'm just not carrying speed through the corner. So I'm seeing can I have to get on the power a bit earlier, which is causing wheel spin, which is just slowing me down. Just got to roll off the speed and carry speed through the corner. I mean, we've got high downforce cars here. I should trust the downforce, but I'm not at the moment. Which means I'm a bit slow. And see, I'm slow into the corners. And the only reason I'm getting the exit out the corners is because I've slowed down the guy behind. That's a bit more of an arc there. That's slightly better. Still not there. Very weak into 1 and 2. So battling for 4th now, or about to set up the battle for 4th. Looks like. So that was close to the wall. Oh, so what happened to him? We didn't touch him, did we? Did he just lose it? Because we gave him lots of room. Number 1 car's probably thinking, Jesus, come on. I just want a green flag run to the finish. As he built up quite a gap there. Oh, that's disappointing. So under caution again. There's going to be around 20 laps to go. So we are in 2nd then, with our early rival back up to 3rd. And our main rival down in 5th now. And apparently he's got rear wing damage, unfortunately, so I'm not sure if he can make progress from there. So we're going to lock horns again. But then see, 20 laps to go.
Get ready, going green.
Let's just try and hold on to the back of the number 1 car if we can. Get a good restart.
The pace car is in. Green flag.
Almost got too close there, but it's still a good restart compared to everyone behind. That's what we needed. Space. Much better rhythm at the start of this stint. You gotta say that I messed up 3 and 4. We are pulling away from the guys behind our battling over 3rd. Just about putting onto the back end of the number 1 car as well, who were battling as well. Behind. Looks like we've had another casualty. But no caution. The J's in the pits. Only 6 guys on the lead lap now. Unbelievable attrition. And you just saw with our very brief battle there why it is so difficult to pass. You got bumps on the inside it. Bumps if you go a bit too high as well. It's not very comfortable. That's why we're running in this second and third groove here, in the middle of the racetrack. It's kind of the safe zone. And the quickest way round, of course. That's maybe why we've seen so many victims when overtaking is being attempted. Well, we're just happy to survive, I think, this race. Grab what would be a very nice podium. Very welcome as well around here. By far my best race ever around here. I don't remember having very many good ones around here in the past. And just what we need for our season as well. This is quite an expensive car parking pit lane. As you've got the measure of the guys behind, we don't have the measure of the leader though. That's our pace, unfortunately. Which could lead to a very lonely end of this race. It's pretty disappointing. We're seeing good battles going on behind. Again, there's like third and fourth are getting close. Fifth is all by themselves. It's a shame we didn't have a very long green flag run in the middle of that race, because that traffic could become a part of this race. But that's only being around 23.5 seconds long, so that would have been very interesting to see, as here comes that traffic in front of the leader. Just so I say that. It's definitely going to catch him before the end of the race, with the pace they're running at. So it would have been interesting to see how that runs out, because they don't often have that traffic in these IndyCar Fixed Series races. Maybe on a big oval, someone's had a big crash and fancies just coming out and doing a few laps. But a short oval with that traffic, that could be very exciting, because they really are battling over third now. Unfortunately, I think the 15 car's getting a bit of a deja vu behind number 5 car. It's like, not again. Couple of tenths behind someone. Might have that move he did for previously on his mind, which brought out the previous caution as well, so he might be a bit more cautious. Be interesting to see how that plays out with only a handful of laps remaining. This leader's through past all of that traffic in front. Bloody hell. They're just counting down the laps, basically. So we almost lose it in front. Are you kidding? It's only like us four in the lead lap, is it? Where's fifth? Was that sixth in front of us a lap down? Really didn't think this race would be a race of attrition, but it's turned out to be. So really batting over third now. Just a 10th well, treating them.
Car outside. Got 2 left to go. Clear outside.
And that's going to be our last move of the race. And it's like penultimate lap now. They are gaining behind as we're terrible at dealing with that traffic, but I think we should be safe.
1 more left to go.
Now, what are these two doing in front? I have no idea.
Outside. Clear outside.
That was nice of them. And yeah, just 4 guys on the lead lap at the end. Crazy. And as well done to the number 1 car, dominated all race long. And we survived to take second. Oh, what happened in the battle for third? It's been changed there. Did that traffic get in the way?
The flag is over. Great job. You did really well.
We'll have to check that out, but yeah, that was just a race of survival. Absolutely crazy how that race turned out. Even considering the possible split win, did not expect that. Well, we'll check the replays then and see what happened.
Bring it on in.
I'm doing it. So we are looking back at the end of the race then. So we're looking at this battle early on for third with the 5th place view. As you can see, they got very close there into the first corners. And then there we are, poking our nose in. Now what happens in the next corner? Oh, he just gets a bit slow. Gets walloped from behind, unfortunately. So we are on board with, unfortunately, the first crash of the day, first crash victim. So they get very close there. You got a pretty good run on second, but not close enough to make a move. And then down the back straight, slightly fading defending, gets him pretty deep, just slows down, and you always end up with a flip. Landed it well though, give him a 10 out of 10 for that. And good driving afterwards to get it going in kind of a straight line. And here we are back on board with the 15 car, but this time in our battle for second. So let's see what happened to him. Did they just get a bit too tight? As you can see, I went a bit too wide. They got a superb run next to the inside. Dives down there. Then just getting on the throttle. Yeah. That's what happened to me early in the week. Getting on the throttle with those bumps down there. Never a good recipe, but he did a pretty good job to keep it out of the wall until then. Unfortunately, I don't think there was anything good done there, but did recover to finish on the podium. So here is from another view. As you can see, he got very close to the wall there. And now here goes diving down the inside. Got ourselves lots of room, much more than I remember. And there he goes, just spinning it, unfortunately, on the power. And now let's see what happened for this battle for third. As once again, with the 15 car centre of all the action this race, it seems. And he dives down the inside. As we go on to the final lap then. What happens here? Does the guy in front make a mistake? Because it doesn't look like he's close enough to make a move. As he going to the first corner, yeah, a bit slow. Got that traffic in front. Oh, he's pouncing. He's looking to the inside. Once again, he's got to run into 3 and 4. And he's just boxed him in. He's behind that traffic. Nothing he can do there. So he tries to take the wide line. This time you can see he was in the second groove there, and he just takes advantage. And takes home the podium. Gets to spray it. Despite that rear wing looking very dodgy. So we are looking at it from, in the end, 4th place. As he goes on to the penultimate lap, as you can see, he's just stuck behind that lapped car. Well, not penultimate, final lap. Just runs a bit wide, a bit out of the groove. A bit cautious getting on the power as well, and now he's in a bad position. Either has to dive it down the inside in the middle, or just get stuck behind the guy, which unfortunately he did. Unfortunately, that traffic doing him no favours, and goodbye podium. I hope you enjoyed that race around New Hampshire. I did. I know it wasn't the most exciting race, but I might do another one round here. You never know. But I'll definitely be back next week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.